M0FXB, welcome back to my dog walks with Mazzy. She's run off. Anyway, today's topic is what got you interested in radio? Why do we like to buy ham radios? Which, they are quite old-fashioned looking. Sorry about the glary sun, but it is a lovely walk out here today. They're quite old-fashioned, they're quite geeky. The only time people sort of like to see radios is when a security guard or a policeman or maybe someone in the army or air force are using them. Then they become cool. But if it was just me walking along now chatting on a dual band VHF UHF radio, they would think, oh, look at that geek. So what sparked your interest? I try and think back to my childhood, as far back as I can think. And I just remember being completely interested in radios and gadgets. Really, radios, really. I remember, and this sounds really sad, getting an old nugget sort of bar. It looked like a chewy nugget. It's pink and white. And then putting sticks in it to look like an antenna and then walking around and pretending it was a radio. And I was probably about 5 or 6. As we got older and all the 1970s cop shows came out, Starsky and Hutch, there were several. They had radios in their cars, didn't they? So that definitely sparked my interest. And we didn't have mobile phones, so the thought of speaking and communicating without any wires involved, because if we wanted to phone our friend, we had to use a wired telephone. Well, then we had to ask our parents for permission, and what would they say? No, that costs money, So then when the AMCBs started all getting flooded into all around the world, but eventually we got them in the UK, that definitely got me interested. And I thought, oh, how much are they? And they weren't actually expensive. They're about £30-40, which even back then wasn't too much of a stretch. So I did get one. I was quite young, and then they had to sort of legalize it. But when they made it legal, should I say, they got rid of AM and went, no, FM only. And they invented in England the CB UK 40, which is fine. It was busy, of course it was. And all the main shops, all the main electrical shops were selling these CBs for years, for about, three, four Christmases, before everyone got fed up and got bored of them. And yeah, eventually there were so many people on that everyone just started, out of boredom, just started abusing it. And then it died off completely to virtually nothing, and everyone just chucked their CBs in the bin, literally. And then, alright, there's been a journey between that and getting my ham license, which was because I bought a HF radio and I realised I couldn't use it until I had a license, and I wanted to use it. So it was a Yaesu ZD 101ZD, yeah? I didn't use it that much, to be honest, but I still wanted to get the license. I eventually sold it and bought myself, believe it or not, an Icom 2725, which is very similar to the new black screen one they brought out, the 2730, which I've got and really enjoy. Lovely looking radio to use. And so yeah, I got a dual band one, and then after that I got myself a little Yaesu 817 from a second-hand shop for £200, and that was a long time ago, mind. And so then it's all grown, and the thing that really got me into digital was buying a couple of hotspots. Now I bought a couple of DMR radios, MD380, but I just found it too hard. I used it a bit and then put it down. I never got rid of it. I just put it in the cupboard. But then I got a hotspot, and after that, when I realised having a hotspot was like having my own repeater at home, and I could swap around and change around different connections, talk groups, and get a Fusion radio and get a D-Star radio. That was me hooked then. And the reason I started making videos was because I couldn't remember the settings, couldn't remember all the different radios. I only had 4 or 5 radios back then. I couldn't remember the settings, so the easiest way was just to put it on my YouTube channel and then go back to it. And that's literally how my channel started, realistically, about 4 years ago. but more intensely in the last 2 years. And so that's it. So, why have the technical interest? Some people prefer fishing, driving rally cars, skiing, swimming, hiking. What got you into it? What's the thing? What's the interest? Sit there holding this plastic thing with an antenna sticking out and feeling really happy when you've had a contact, especially if it's around the world on a long length of wire. Let me know your story. Thank you very much, and I'll keep saying this, go for your ham radio license, you'll never regret it. Bye for now.